I am Professor Gibson, and this is one of 3 very short videos made to help you work your way through the Excel project that we have in our class this semester. On the right here, you see a bit of an outline. If you like, you can just you could pause the video and copy it down. You really don't need to for this. At this point, this is really notes to me about to make sure I get everything covered that I want to get covered. Now, the Excel project, there are actually 3 documents that you're going to want. All right. One of them is this file here. It's the Excel base file, we call it. Okay. So I actually added this little bit into one of the tabs. The tabs you have 5 tabs, one for each of 5 parts of the project. Okay. You see, I'm just paging through the tabs. Now, thing to notice here is that tabs 2, right? You see there's data in there, and 3 already have data. All right. So you will use those to answer some questions. And then the other tabs, there's no data in them. The data or the information you need is found in the instruction sheet. All right. So here is actually another item is the answer sheet. All right. You will be turning work in both, some of it on the answer sheet here. All right. And some of it in your Excel base file. Both of those are going to be happening. And then the third document is the actual instruction sheet. Okay. This is the instruction sheet. So let me just go through and highlight a few things for you. Yours will not have any of the yellow highlighting I've got, okay? So read carefully. There's some stuff in here right here about how to highlight, rather how to name your files and submit your work to your teacher. You can begin the file. You will find the files right here in the course materials section in our course on Blackboard, all right, in your course on Blackboard. Now, of the projects, there's 5 parts, as I said, and some of the work you're going to turn it in, it'll be in the Excel base file, and some of it you'll put in your answer sheet, okay? Now, by the way, when you're done, you turn in the answer sheet separately from the Excel base file, and if you're online, the answer sheet, you can either scan it and turn it into a PDF and send it into your teacher that way, or you can take photos with your phone and send those in. All right, and then either way, you're going to want to turn in the Excel base file as well. Now, I want you to notice as you scroll through this thing, the document makes very clear where each section, each little piece of work is done. Like that says Excel, so the work for this number 1 is actually in the Excel base file, right? See, it says Excel, Excel. All right, and then we've got these extension questions, and it says write your results/answers on the provided answer sheet. Well, so answers to those are going to go on the answer sheet, right? Excel, Excel, answer sheet, right? Answer sheet. So pay close attention as to what you're doing and where you put your answers, all right? Now, I'd like you to, let's go back up to the first part. Part 1 here, you see it says weighted average. Okay, so if you don't know how to take a weighted average, I'm going to suggest that you just Google it. Go ahead and Google calculate weighted average video, okay? Be careful a little bit. You're going to see that the instructions specifically say not to use any built-in formulas in Excel. So don't put Excel in what you Google. Just Google, how to calculate a weighted average, right? Put the word video in there. You'll find there's several short videos out there that will show you the formula, how you calculate a weighted average, all right? So that's the weighted average piece. Let me see what else we got here. Oh yes, one other blip about it. You will see that some of the parts of the project talk about real world phenomena and will ask you what real world phenomena might affect this particular part, okay? So for example, one of the sections, the data you're given is about population. And so when they ask you about what real world phenomena would affect it, they say, all right, so out in the world at large, not just in our little class here, list some things that would affect population growth. Okay. If you don't have any idea what that might be, again, you can Google it. You can go to library, something like that. Okay, so when they talk about real world phenomena, you're just being asked to list some things that might affect this, right? There's another part of the project that has incomes, right? Well, what are some things in the real world that might affect income? Okay. All right, so that's the first brief part of this that just introduces the basics of the project. The next little part is going to be some of the very basics of using Excel. So if you're a little bit familiar with using Excel, you can skip the next, you can just close the video now and then open up the next one. All right, so let's talk about first opening and saving a file. Well, to open a file, you can just click in your normal right file folders, wherever your file might be located, and click on it like you normally would. All right. Another option you would have, though, is if you click File up here, you have an option to open a file or save a file, or if you haven't named the file, you click Save As, and it'll bring up some stuff, and you can decide what to name the file and where to save it. All right. Moving around in Excel, well, you can use the mouse. Obviously, you can also just use the arrow keys on your keyboard. Now, another thing, though, is in Excel, a lot of times we'll enter data, and you'll do this for part one. So let's you can just type a number in, 25, and hit enter. You see how it just moves down and lets you 38, hit enter. Anytime you hit enter, it will stick the number in that you just typed and move down to the next cell. Okay. Now, another thing that happens here, so I'm going to click back on the 25. If you look at the head, see that's an N, that's column N. And if we go over to the left, you see we're in row 2. Well, so sometimes you talk about a cell. This is cell N2. The letter represents the column, the number represents the row. If I go down 1, that's N3, right? Move over here a few, there's K. So I'm in the K row, move down some, K. Actually, if you go over here to the left, you can see the K is kind of shaded. And if you come over to the left, you see the 6 is shaded. I'm in cell K6 now. All right. Now, Excel does a lot of things, but among them is you can kind of use it like a big calculator. You can add, subtract, multiply, divide, all your normal, raise things to powers, all your normal mathematical stuff. So let's say you wanted to add the 25 and the 38. Well, I can type equals here. By the way, so in Excel, equals is like saying, OK, Google, or Hey, Siri. Equals is the thing you type to tell Excel that the next thing is going to be a command. Well, I can click on the 25, and then click a plus, and then click on the 38. I hit enter, right? See, there's 25 plus 38. If I click the cell, okay, if you look up here to the left, up here, right? See, it says N equals N2 plus N3, right? Well, the 25 is cell N2, the 38 is cell N3, so it shows you the formula for that, all right? You can do this with any, if I want to divide, let's do equals, and let's do the 87. Hit your slash key, and then 38, that'll be 87 divided by 38, all right? Now let me show you another interesting thing. You know what, let's save the next bit for the formulas video. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, found it useful, and we will move on to the next topic.